Hello everyone, Shirley here. Sorry this video is super late, but hopefully it can help somebody, squeeze in a last minute cutting edge kill. Today we're looking at the Mythic Queen Ansurek fight. As of recording this on the 2nd, this is the rank 2 parse for Arms Warriors at the moment. The fight has changed so much since all the raid buffs and the ring coming out, and every week times for kills just get faster and faster, so it's kind of hard to make something comprehensive about this fight and it actually, still be relevant within a week. But anyway, here we are, and there's, only a few weeks left in the season probably, so jumping right in, we opted to Bloodlust on the pull these days because of how much damage we can get in during Phase 1. During original prog, we were bloodlusting during Phase 3, and if you're still struggling with the ads during that final phase, you probably would still do that. But if you're getting more comfortable with the fight, bloodlusting on pull is totally fine. But we're going to go ahead and stack up in that original line and then scoot our way over here. And, using our CDs and everything, we can throw up a reflect for every root set as a warrior and avoid that mechanic. Dodging out all of these web blades, which I swear these things are character ID driven. It seems like anyway that they target me all the damn time. But yeah. Just getting behind the boss here, doing damage. I get this mechanic, the Nova thing. I don't even know what it's called, honestly. But we're just going to go ahead and place that there in the melee soak. I unfortunately don't have the melee soak here, so I got to run out to the second set at the last second here. And we're going to go ahead and cycle our next set of cooldowns during this really bad overlap where all these lines come out along with the waves, but luckily we didn't have to dodge too far out of the way this time around. The blades can be very RNG though. They're probably the biggest mechanic. They're going to wipe you early on, so you got to watch out for it. Another thing here is when you're cycling cooldowns and your blade storm is coming up, it's going to line up roughly around a lot of the root sets or, slightly beforehand depending on your procs and whatnot. I would opt to just send it on cooldown and potentially get in, an extra Blade Storm before the phase ends, rather than waiting to, hit 1 or maybe 2 ticks of Blade Storm on some roots, because everybody's going to have a way of dealing with those roots. So it's just negligible pad at that point. I would rather just keep sending that single target into the boss. But, as we come down to the end of Phase 1 here, we got the boss down 43-ish%. That's pretty good. And we're going to avoid all these last lines here. And I'm going to throw up a Reflect right at the end of this phase for that big burst of damage when she puts up her shield. Get in a little bit of damage, and then we're going to leap all the way back out here and charge the boss on our way back in and start spinning. You can save this Blade Storm right here for the second pull-in, and potentially get more damage on the boss. But that, we found in prog, was just way too dangerous, especially his arms anyway. I think Fury's got a better time with it. It's just too much damage, so I'm going to play it safe and just run out on all of these. And I've done that, since we've started killing the boss. And like I said, this is a pretty good pull overall, so it's not like you're losing a ton of damage doing that. Coming down to the end of the intermission here, though, I opt to send my avatar immediately here, and that's mostly because I want it to be synced back with my roar still. It doesn't really matter. You're, losing this CD either way if you throw it into the tail end of Ansurek and then hit the Void Speaker here, dodging all these orbs, and then, we can use the tail end avatar to kill him. Otherwise, you'd be holding it for this first platform, and it doesn't really matter at this point. We do enough damage that all these things are going to die, and this way it allows me to use my roar earlier here so I can throw it on these guys and then have it back up for the tail end of Phase 2. So that's why I use it. During original prog, we were able to squeeze in another avatar set during this phase, but we go through it so fast now that I'm going to be holding that avatar, not wasting it, so I have it for Phase 3. As you see there, I'm leaping up that ramp just to get up on this platform as fast as possible to trigger the portal set on this side, and I always want to have parry up for that, because if you grab too many of these spiders on the way up on accident, they can easily one-shot you, so beware of that. Another thing is I can reflect these beams on the Phase 2 platforms. If you hit it right away on the very first one, you can reflect the second one there. Unfortunately, I was a little bit late with my reflect on the first beam, so when I jumped up the ramp there on the second beam, I didn't have it quite up, and I wasn't gonna chance it and stand in the beam, so I unfortunately missed that reflect, and it's a free like 8 million damage. But right here is where our roar's coming back up, and I can send it on the big guy and all these little ads here and get all this, you know, AoE down nice and neatly. And that's where we're just holding on to Avatar and Bladestorm at this point. For the final phase, as we get up here and charge Ansurek, I can go ahead and throw Colossus Smash because it's going to get rotated back around for the first big ad pop. But as you can see, she doesn't do anything during the first 10 seconds or whatever on this platform. And by the time she even jumps down, she's practically in execute phase, so that's why we opted to Bloodlust on pull. Otherwise, you would Bloodlust during this phase. But it's great for me, so I can already start ramping up Juggernaut stacks, resetting Colossus Smash even faster with all this rage being spent, and baiting these pools as the first set of spider ads go out here. And this is where we're going to, you know, send all of our cooldowns again, my Transmitter, Bladestorm, Roar, all that jazz. I opted to save my second potion because that's where pretty much everybody's cooldowns are at, naturally. And the second set, oh, right here, was so close to getting hit by these web blades. You just blow parry and pray. Luckily, I didn't get hit there. But yeah, those web blades are out to get me. Otherwise, I'm saving my second combat potion for the next set of spiderlings that come out because we're usually a little bit lighter on damage for that phase. And as a warrior, we're going to have Roar and Bladestorm back up for each set of these. So it's a nice, you know, big AoE burst of damage that we can put in there. The first ring comes out here, and I'm going to jump and then use Heroic Leap to get over that just to make sure that we don't take any damage and, you know, easily avoid that as a warrior. Dodging all the orbs as they come out, and the web blades once again, and then it's kind of a rinse-repeat from this point forward. We're just baiting roughly in the same spot. If we do get the portal, I would run it to the outside. Usually it's melee, but right here, this is where I'm going to use my second combat potion with Bladestorm and Roar. And as you can see, they actually live long enough that I can throw a few executes on these things, so I think that was the right call, holding on to pot for that particular segment there. Now, as we get down to the end here, we gotta use a bunch of cooldowns, reflect, rally, and everything for this web tether that goes out. And these things, if you touch them, even if you're not the one tethered, will still stun you. So watch out for that. And we throw up sweeping strikes and help cleave all these shackles down, along with the acolytes, looking for any kicks that we can grab on those. And what I should have done right here at the end was went ahead and sent Avatar and my Transmitter just immediately as soon as they came back up. But I thought we were going to get another set of spiderlings and the orb pickups, or the essence pickups, my bad. We didn't, so I, you know, made that call on the fly there to use everything and try to clean up the boss before that essence scent goes out. Because right there, I do have a pickup to go jump across and grab it if it was that close. But luckily, Ansurek went down before that goes out now. If you do have it, though, you can grab it and still leap over the ring as a warrior. That's why it's good for us to do it. But anyway, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I realize this video is probably pretty irrelevant at this point, but I wanted it on the books just for record's sake. So yeah, I'll see you soon.tm in the next tier. Hopefully I'll be a bit better with my upload cadence coming up. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.